Hey, well, welcome everyone. It's so good to have you on. I am Coach Angel Brown. It is truly exciting to have each one of you here for Renew and Revolutionize Your Body and Mind. And so, just to share a little bit about myself, I am a health and destiny wellness coach, a healer of sorts, and I am passionate about helping people experience whole healing, not just physically, but also emotionally and spiritually. And so, health has always been more about numbers. It's been more than just calories to me. It's about feeling fully alive, fully energized, and at peace in every aspect of who we are, mind, body, and spirit. And so that's why I am coming to you with Renew and Revolutionize Your Body and Mind, because it is so important to me that we are all moving in healing and wholeness. And so, over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to really take a really good look at weight loss strategies that don't just change the scale, but transform how you feel and show up in your life. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some things that worked for me, because I can only talk about what worked for me and what I've seen in the lives of countless others. But what is really important to me is that you feel really great and that you show up in life dynamically powerful, the person that God has created you to be. And so I'm going to talk here on this channel about different things, how to boost your energy levels naturally, how to gain clarity in your thinking, and even how to break through emotional barriers that may have held you back from reaching your goals in the past. And so, I know from experience that when we get to the root of what our bodies need, which is clean eating, emotional healing, and even supportive routines, it really opens the door for real lasting change. And that's what we want. So, my goal here is to equip you with tools and practices that you can take beyond these sessions and use to build a balanced and energized life. I am here to support you every step of the way. As you are logging on, just go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and share. I really want you to be here along for the ride with me as we just really harness destiny and life together. Feel free to engage. You can ask questions in the chat and make this your own space, because we are on this journey together. And so I really want for our next broadcast today and in the future to just really be powerful, productive, and even enjoyable. And so I am so glad that you are here. One of the things I'm going to talk about just very briefly today is intermittent fasting. If you're new to the idea of intermittent fasting, or IF, it's a way of eating where you alternate between eating and fasting. So it's not really like traditional diets. It's not so much about what you eat, it's more about when you eat. Sometimes it is going to have something to do with what you eat, but it's a lot of when you eat, creating a schedule that allows your body to rest and reset. And we know that the science shows that this simple change can lead to really impressive benefits. And so this is how it works. Intermittent fasting taps into the body's natural rhythm, giving it a chance to switch from constantly processing foods to focusing instead on cell repair, fat burning, and clearing out the energy pathways. And so the longer we can go without eating, the more our body can shift into a process called ketosis, where it starts to burn stored fat for energy. So let me be clear. Intermittent fasting is not about starving yourself or feeling deprived. You still have the opportunity to eat the foods that your body needs, but you'll just do it within a specific time frame. Two of the most common fasting schedules are the 16-8, where you fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window, and OMAD, which is OMAD. It stands for one meal a day, which is the one that I do all the time. It's exactly what it sounds like, but everybody's body is different. So there's going to be variations that you can try until you find a routine that suits you best. One of the really amazing things about intermittent fasting is that it doesn't just help with weight loss, it's really also linked to increased energy, better mental clarity, and even anti aging effects. I know for me, I felt like I have literally aged backwards. And I have more energy now than I did as a teenager. I just feel so much more clear mentally and just really faster and stronger in my physical body. And so, intermittent fasting is linked to increased energy, better mental clarity, and anti-aging effects. During those fasting hours, your body is actively repairing cells, it's reducing inflammation, and it's just really a holistic approach to health that allows you to connect with your body's natural processes rather than focusing so much on restriction or even calorie counting. And so, this journey, that is really bringing us into wholeness and wellness. Is not Everything is not going to be for everybody, and that's what I've learned over time. And so intermittent fasting may not be for everyone. And so it's perfectly okay to ease into it and just see really what it feels like to you, to figure out really which one works for you. If you start with a 12-hour fasting window and you work up to 16 hours or try a different eating window, that's a great way to start. The goal really in wellness, and especially the longevity of wellness, being able to come into wellness and to remain there, is really more about doing what feels balanced and what is sustainable. What we don't want to do is set ourselves up for rigid systems that really feel more like a burden, because those are the times when we're going to give up and we're not going to stick with it. And so, what we want to do is create a lifestyle that really energizes us and empowers us. And as you heard me state before, that life that allows us to really show up in a dynamically powerful way so that we can bring about change in our own lives and even in the lives of others. And so let's get into the different types of intermittent fasting protocols. This can really be the fun part because there are several ways to approach intermittent fasting, and the key is to find one that really fits you best. So each protocol has its own rhythm. It's different in how it impacts your body and how it impacts your lifestyle. It can really vary. So just really let's talk about that just for a moment. Now, the classic 16-8, that's one that a lot of people will start off on. I know that's where I started years ago. The 16-8 method is probably the most popular approach. It is a fantastic starting point. With this method, you're going to fast for 16 hours and then eat all of your meals within an 8-hour window. That is so simple and easy, right? Because part of the time that you're fasting is really going to be some of the time that you're going to be sleeping. So it's just a really easy way to ease into intermittent fasting. A lot of people find it easy because you can adjust it to fit your daily schedule. For example, if you were to stop eating at 8 p.m., your first meal the next day is at noon. That's going to allow you to skip breakfast but still allow for lunch and dinner. Or you can start eating at 10 a.m. and finish by 6 p.m. So that's that 16-8 classic method. What's great about that 16-8 is that it's flexible. You're still going to be able to enjoy two meals and maybe a snack, and you're giving your body enough time to enter into a fat burning mode. And so, a lot of people say that they feel more energized with that 16-8 because it is less restrictive and it also feels like a natural part of the day. All right. And so, that was where I started years ago when I got into intermittent fasting and just really testing the waters to see how it worked for me. I ended up moving from there into a 24, and that's what we call the warrior fast. Now, if you're looking for something that's intense, this is what's going to really work for you. There's the 24 protocol. With this one, you're going to fast for 20 hours and you're going to eat within a 4-hour window. This is a bit more challenging. It is intense because basically you're generally only going to get one meal and a snack in those 4 hours. And that's why a lot of times people will look at it as an evening fast. And so, really, the idea between the 24 protocol or the warrior fast is to really just eat lighter foods. You might eat small servings of raw fruits and veggies. I know when I did it, I ate raw. I also had maybe I lightly sauteed my foods, but it gives you that flexibility, but you're not going to eat a whole lot. And so during that fasting period, if you need them, you're gonna have that really big balanced meal at the end of the day, or maybe midway through the day. It's really just kind of one meal, or maybe, like I said, a meal and a snack. It's a great way to tap into fat burning. It does require some adjustment. Like I said, it's a little bit more challenging. It is a little intense, and but people love this method. I know when I was doing it, I loved the method because it really simplified my day. It gave me incredible focus, and it caused me to be in a place where I was not so much relying on having to spend so much time trying to plan meals, because it was just that one meal and a snack that I could really eat in that 4-hour window. And so the last one that I want to talk about here is OMAD. And this is really where I've landed. I love OMAD. OMAD stands for one meal a day. It is just as it sounds. You will eat one main meal within a 1 hour window and you'll fast for the remaining 23 hours. Okay, this is awesome to me. I love it. This is definitely a more extreme approach, and it's usually best for those who have had experience with fasting and really feel more comfortable with longer fasting periods. So again, you're just going to play around with these different protocols and see what works for you. You don't have to do the same exact one every day or long term. Remember, you're doing what your body needs. You're doing what your mind needs, and what is going to be flexible to you and allow you to reach your goals. So with OMAD, you're giving your body plenty of time to reset, but you want to make sure that your one meal is packed with nutrients. Think of it like fueling your body in one go for the entire day. Many people say that OMAD gives them a huge boost in mental clarity because there's not like that food fog that happens, after lunch or dinner. But one of the things that you want to make sure is that you are really getting enough food in that one sitting. So you want to make sure that you're getting all of your nutrients. You want to really spend time researching what's going to give you the most energy. And of course, during the fasting window, that 20-hour fasting window, you're going to be drinking your water. You're going to really be hydrating and making sure that you are just having the amount of water that you need. So, we are going to really get into some of the different protocols because there's so many of them. One of the things that we want to do is just make sure that we are showing up fully, that even when it's uncomfortable, even when we're tired, that we are still casting a vote for ourselves. We are really being committed to our future self. We're not just talking about short term sacrifices, we are talking about really moving forward into destiny. And so, really look and see if intermittent fasting is going to work for you, if it's going to put you in that place of not just being able to lose the weight that you're wanting to lose, but to also bring you into that mental clarity and give you that strength and that energy that you need to move forward. Many of us are creatives. We love to create. But in order to really be an effective creator, you want to have the energy, you want to have the stamina. And so sometimes that comes along with sacrifice, that comes along with making healthy choices and really taking a step towards a future you, someone who is stronger, someone who is more resilient and ready to tackle what life calls them to. Remember, purpose and destiny are connected to our physical being because we need that energy, we need stamina, we need clarity to fully step into what we are meant to accomplish. So, really, I just want to encourage you to just really prioritize your fitness, prioritize health, prioritize energy. We are not just honoring our physical body, but we are really, in this time, we are honoring our spiritual callings. We are giving ourselves the tools that we need to be that powerful, impactful person that we are called to be. Listen, I love you guys. I thank you all for sitting with me today. Go on over to coachangelbrown.com and join my VIP mailing list so that you can just have access to a lot of the tools and the information that I'm going to send out. And follow me right here on YouTube so that you will know when videos come out. I'm going to be really just diving deep with you guys, just encouraging you in the area of wellness, healing. God wants to heal the whole man, and we want to show up fully dynamic, fully in our purpose, and harnessing destiny. Shalom, shalom. Have an awesome day.